Welcome to The Peanut Patch, Big Blend Radio's foodie podcast featuring Donna George, owner of The Peanut Patch in Yuma, Arizona. Welcome, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about pickles, preserves, and spreads. And that's because August is National Peaches Month, National Sandwich Month, and National Goat Cheese Month. Now, Donna over at The Peanut Patch, so go to thepeanutpatch.com. She's going to be sharing some ideas on sandwiches and different kinds of spreads we can use on our sandwiches. But we all know goat cheese goes really well on a charcuterie board with all kinds of pickles and preserves. And then, of course, when it comes to peaches, I always want a peach. I think they're the most amazing fruit on the planet, one of the best. Don't you think, Donna? Welcome back. How are you?
Yes. Well, hey, I'm doing well, and thanks for having me back.
Well, it's
Yes,
exciting.
I love peaches.
I do too. And it's funny because peaches and peanuts come from the same state, Georgia, right?
Isn't that weird? Our famous Georgia peach, huh?
Well, yeah, there's the famous Georgia peach, the peanuts, but of course, we've got Virginia peanuts and all of that too. And peaches grow all over. Arizona has peaches up in the Phoenix area. Actually, it's more in Oak Creek, I believe, that area. And then peaches are also grown in southeast Arizona. So I don't know if peaches are grown in Yuma. I don't know.
No, I don't see too many in Yuma. Our heat in the summer is pretty rough on fruits, unless it's citrus.
Yeah, citrus is big. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have peaches.
But
you do.
I have peaches.
Yeah.
And you know what? I grew up with my grandmother grew peaches and canned them, so we used to peel and everything. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to eat all the ones that fell on the floor, as a little kid.
There's a certain flavor you're always looking for. And it's just kind of the same as strawberries, that you want it to be that sweet, authentic flavor. And strawberries, we add sugar a lot if we don't pick them at the right time. And I think it's the same for peaches. Don't you think? You want that exact flavor. And that's when they're jarred. That can really help.
It can. And it can preserve, that great taste and everything. So it's the greatest. Yeah, you're exactly right.
And now you've got old-fashioned spiced peaches. Ooh.
They're good. They're peach halves. They're so good.
I bet people get that, especially in the fall season. And then you have peachy peach halves, and then you've got dried peaches. Ooh. But then what I saw on your site is peach butter. And I know you have.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, I know you have peanut butter, but now you have all these fruit butters. Is that like concentrated peaches? Like, what is a peach butter?
Well, you've heard of apple butter, right? Okay, so we carry apple butter. It's the same thing, but it's made with peaches. So I'm thinking they do almost like apple sauce. They do it more, but then they boil it till more of the liquid is gone, and it's a spread.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have cherry butter as well, and pumpkin butter.
Oh my gosh! So you could do that in the fall with a nice cinnamon toast.
Yeah.
So you're really looking at this for toast in the morning, or do you use them in pastries? Because I almost think that
you could do both.
In pastry.
I mean, I grew up using it as on toast, but you could put it on your pancakes.
Ooh, a little bit on waffles.
Yeah.
Crepes. Oh my gosh, in crepes.
Well, there you go. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, there's these crepes that you can get that you don't even have to cook them yourself. That's pretty good.
Oh no, I didn't know that. I'll have to look that up.
Yes, you do. You need crepes. These crepes are addictive because it makes you look good. Like, look what I made.
Yeah, really.
I put some sauce on it, and it's fantastic. So that's a thing. So these butters are, when we're talking about spreads, these are fantastic. And now the other part, to me, goat cheese it can be a spread depending on the cheese you're buying, or it's just wonderful on a charcuterie board in salads. And I like to put, speaking of salads, I do like to put dried sun-dried tomatoes, that kind of thing. But you can put peppers and things like that are pickled or preserved in a salad.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Little jalapenos, pickled jalapenos. Olives go in salads.
Yes. And we have a lot of olives, different flavors. We have the garlic stuffed. We have lemon stuffed, habanero stuffed, jalapeno stuffed, blue cheese stuffed on a charcuterie board. Oh, there you go.
That is, I'm looking at this. You have habanero. You've got jalapeno, all these stuffed olives. Yeah, the blue cheese, definitely. Wow. garlic stuffed. So olives and pickles. You have gherkin stuffed olives?
Do, and they are so good.
Okay, this is dangerous. Now I'm in there because I love olives. So in a salad, it can do a lot of different things. Even pickled Italian asparagus. Throw that in your salad. It can change the whole profile of a salad, just adding it
Exactly.
in there.
Yep.
But just looking at, these are all, you've got spicy pickled garlic, savory Italian garlic, pickled carrot sticks,
Yes. Green
pickled
beans,
pickled baby
okra,
beets in a
pickled.
salad.
Okay. The baby beets are to die for and one of our best sellers in our jar goods.
I bet because people are taking it because
Yep.
it helps your blood pressure and beets are just
It
so
does.
good for you. And then you
And
pickle
they're,
them. That's another thing because pickled foods like sauerkraut are people are turning to that because it's a form of a probiotic as well.
yes,
So it's healthy. I'm not your doctor, but I'm just saying what people do. But all I know is
it is
I'm
healthy
happier.
for you.
I'm happier
Yep.
when I eat pickled foods and pickle myself with wine.
Okay.
But pickled okra, that's a big deal.
Yes.
So these are good for charcuterie boards as well. So the preserves, that's the other thing. See, because you can take preserves, you can take crackers and goat cheese and put one of those pickled things with it or, some preserves with it. But look at the preserves you have for fruit. This is like it's like gourmet jelly or jam, right? With what you have. What's your favorite?
Oh my gosh, it's hard to decide. It depends on my mood
Oh.
because I like them all.
Well, here's something I've never heard of that you have. We're talking about peaches, but you have gourmet juice sweetened peach preserves, gourmet
Yeah.
strawberry preserves juice with juice sweetened by that, and
Okay,
also with
so instead of
blueberries. Ooh.
sugar,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it's a way to cut back on the sugar. So we sell that in more of our sugar-free section
How cool is
because
that?
because people don't need the added sugar if they're, you
Mm-hmm.
know, diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sell that one in that department.
So you've got this for blackberry preserves, blueberry preserves, peach preserves, strawberry preserves.
Um,
How cool is that? That
and
is
then we
amazing.
usually carry a fig in that one too.
I'm just stuck on the site going everywhere. Otherwise, there's blackberry, blueberry, cherry, peach, raspberry, strawberry preserves. And then you have honey. Oh, the
Oh
honey.
yeah, local honey. Yep,
Mm.
straight from
Now,
the beekeeper.
see, I know now the preserves. So when you look at a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'm going for the strawberry and the peanut butter. What are you going for?
Okay. I would probably go for the cherry butter and peanut butter together.
I don't even think about the butters and the. Ooh,
Yeah, that would probably be what I would.
yeah, that does sound good, huh? And then
Yeah.
you've got the honey though and peanut butter, which is, I mean, that's what I grew up on was honey and peanut butter sandwiches. They're good. Have you had a honey and peanut butter sandwich?
I have. I have.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That is good. We're talking good. And you can mix the honey into the peanut butter.
And my peanut butter that I sell is not sweet. And
Right.
I do grind honey roasted peanuts so that we have a sweet peanut butter, but it has preservatives in it and stuff then. So at home, what I do is I buy my dry roasted no salt and I buy a jar of honey and I put honey in my peanut butter and stir it up.
Mm.
And that
Ooh.
way I'm not getting
You're getting the pure sugars,
I'm getting more of a pure item. Yes.
Yeah, and I like that you have raw citrus honey too. That's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
whole other flavor profile that goes well. And I've seen honey on charcuterie boards as being part of it. Yeah.
I've not thought about that,
Well, and
but
there's
I guess
also
that
different
would be possible.
holidays. I know, especially in the Jewish faith, where they use honey and cheese and dairy, and it's like it's looking at what we're getting naturally, too. And
Exactly.
that's a cool thing. But the pickles and preserves, it's like you have someone coming over and you have a jar of that and maybe some cheese, have that on hand. It's like, the pop in, hey, we can come over now. Oh, what am I going to serve? Well,
There you go.
pop out some pickles, get some cheese and crackers, and there you go. It's really good for gatherings, and people are still having pool parties. It's summer, y'all, and we're hitting the dog days of summer. Are you ready for it, Donna? In the sunniest place on
Oh,
earth in Yuma, Arizona.
yes, it has been warm. definitely. And it just is what it is for us, you know?
Yeah. Well, you have the Colorado River you can go to early in the morning, go morning hikes but the sunsets and the evenings outside to me in Arizona are the best. I love it. Being outside and seeing the stars and it's nice outside at night in the summer. And you've got the river and people are out on the river during the summer in Yuma,
A lot. Yes,
all over. Colorado
exactly.
River. It's so much fun out there. So, yeah, now what I wanted to ask you is would you consider salsa being a preserve? I would because it's all kind of preserved
Well,
tomatoes, right?
yeah, it could be used that way.
I was thinking chips and salsa, a little bit of that. So, because you got all these like pepper patch salsa, mango lime salsa. Ooh, I want that.
Yep,
Hot habanero tomatillo avocado salsa. I have been guilty of putting salsa on sandwiches. Have you ever put salsa on sandwiches?
all the time.
Okay.
You know, if you're having a
Especially,
ham sandwich or a turkey sandwich, I use salsa a lot for instead of ketchup.
I
That's your liquid.
yeah, I don't remember the last time I've had ketchup, quite honestly. It's salsa for me. It pretty much has
Okay.
always been my life is salsa, and you can put it on, like you're saying, a ham and cheese sandwich, a little salsa. Now, turkey, avocado, and cheese with a little salsa, like that tomatillo avocado salsa on a turkey provolone sandwich. And oh, we could put bacon with that, Donna.
Why are you talking about? Why do we always get so hungry? We
I
always talk
know.
about all this good food.
Turkey, provolone cheese, or
I
a nice
love provolone.
sharp white cheddar or something, Munster even. Oh my gosh, and
Yeah,
tomatillo avocado salsa. It'd be better even and bacon. If you have fresh avocados too, that'd be even better.
even
But
slice some avocados. Yes.
yeah, okay. This is good. I'm there. Wow. And it can spice up like avocado toast. Put a little few drops of salsa on there, And I use salsa. This is my technique for guacamole. Mash up your avocado, like every two avocados, 2 to 3, depending on size, to like maybe a teaspoon to a tablespoon of salsa per avocado or two. Just depends on the size. That's how I make
Right.
guacamole. I don't need to go get garlic. I don't need to get anything. I just have to have the salsa that I really like and put it in there. And that's my
Yep.
guacamole. It's easy, easy peasy. But I'm thinking, ghost chili salsa sounds good for Halloween, you know? We're getting towards that,
Yeah.
Donna. It's going to get really hot and then we're going to cool down and we'll be in Halloween,
I know.
in no time and your store's going to be back open for the season. You only have 2 months left. How does that feel? No more vacation
Oh,
for you.
don't. Yep.
Well, is this the time that you have to sort out, like, you're still working because you still have to,
Oh,
like,
I'm
do all the merchandise, right?
well, and we always do some freshening up in the store, make the storefront beautiful. Like we paint the flooring every year.
Oh, wow.
We have concrete floors, so painting them makes it look much nicer.
Just because Donna's closed at the shop doesn't mean she's not working, and you have to fulfill orders. So
Yes,
that's
and
the
we have
thing.
our online store, and we have a few people that are local, and they'll call and leave message, and we meet up with them and make sure we take care of their needs as well.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Now, would you consider a Medjool date a preserve because it's kind of dried out, like it is preserved in a way?
I bet you could make date preserves
Well, like figs.
easily. Yeah, wouldn't
Hmm.
that be awesome?
Yeah, because it would be really good in a pastry. I'm thinking of your butters and pastries. I'm going to fall. I'm preparing for fall right now. And I'm thinking like really good bear claws and things like that if we made them our
Yes.
own, just did the dough, we could put these butters and bake them for these really nice light pastries. And in summer, for right now, we could do it for brunch by the pool or by the
Oh,
river, by the beach, wherever
yeah,
we are for a nice, champagne Sunday brunch. You want it to be easy. So get those little croissants, get your jar of preserves, your peach butter, and there you go. You could put some eggs in there and all that stuff. Bacon. You got to put the bacon. But doesn't that sound like
yeah,
an easy thing, you know? And then
it
if
does.
you have
And
leftover
not, yeah,
butters, put it with peanut butter for lunch for a sandwich.
you could do that very easily.
We can have a gourmet peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you can take that peanut butter and jelly and put it with ice cream. Just saying. Now,
By the
this is a
way, we're freeze drying
Mhm.
some more ice cream. in the freeze dryer. I got to throw that out there because we did some ice cream and it is so good.
Freeze-dried ice cream? Like little pieces of ice cream that just melt in
Yes,
your mouth?
yes. And you can take them in the hot car and it doesn't hurt anything.
Lightweight.
Good. Very lightweight. Yes. A good hiking snack.
And no brain freeze.
Correct.
So you have freeze-dried ice cream now. That's a big deal.
Yes.
What flavors did you try?
He did peanut butter chocolate and pistachio.
Ooh.
And what was the other one? Because he had another one that had nuts. I think spumoni.
Ooh.
I think.
Wow. But I'm thinking peanut butter chocolate ice cream that is freeze-dried. Are you kidding me?
No. Sorry,
Sounds
but I had to
good.
put a plug in there because it is turning out so good.
Do you see this for this coming holiday season as being a really cool way of giving gifts like these, because it's lighter
Oh,
to ship and you could put it in
yes.
a nice tin with things, you know what I mean? Like peanut brittle and,
You could easily do that. I had not thought of that.
I see what's coming
But that's a
next.
great idea because it is lightweight.
Lightweight, crumbles, peanut butter. So you can freeze dry peanut butter and
You know what? We
chocolate
haven't
ice
tried
cream.
it yet.
Not the peanut butter itself.
It's
Yeah. I remember him telling
I know,
about
but
moisture
he
content.
he needs
Yeah.
to try to freeze dry the peanut butter because they do a powdered peanut butter nowadays, and I'm wondering if that's what they're doing.
Well, it's really
did
great if you're
eggs.
hiking,
Yeah.
Yeah, he did eggs. I remember he did eggs the day we did.
I think that's when he was talking with
Yeah.
you guys on the show.
Yeah, exactly. This
Yeah,
is Donna's
Matthew was
Matthew's
experiment.
is Donna's grandson who has gone into the world of freeze drying food, and it's like this giant scientific experiment that
It is.
I want one just so I can keep shoving things in it, and I'd be just annoying waiting for it to come out. Like I would want it in and
Well,
out,
that's the hard part.
you know.
It's not in and out. Ice cream is about 24 hours in the machine.
No, that's cruel. And you're thinking about it for those 24 hours. Like
Yes.
and then it comes out and it tastes the same, but it's just this beautiful texture of crumble. If you got bad teeth, things like I know about, I have some teeth that I have to really baby. And, when it comes to peanut butter, I have to be conscious of how I eat it, which,
right.
We should be conscious of our food. But the freeze dried, I'm like, I don't have to worry. And it's because it's true. You want certain things that you really love. And then it's like, if I get peanut brittle, then okay, be conscious, make sure you chew on this side of your mouth, you know, and that, but when you can actually get it where you can have the exact same flavor and it's a really cool texture too. There is something special about it. And I would say this holiday season, like load that stuff up. You can send more. You can send more things because it's so lightweight. That's what I'm saying, Donna. I don't know if that's true, but I would think you could send more to people. Like
in your package because of the weight limit is less.
Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, because you can freeze dry so many different things, but all the different candies and everything. But yeah, we're always going back to ice cream somehow.
I don't know why. I think because it's hot outside.
Yeah, exactly. And you can take the freeze dried, and crumble it on your ice cream too. Did that help?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I do want to say too, because people are grilling. Here's another thing. I consider a hamburger a sandwich. I don't know.
Okay, I do too.
What do you think? I mean, it's between two pieces of bread. It's got meat inside. It's a burger is a sandwich, and restaurants that serve burgers often serve hot sandwiches too. So I was thinking about all the different pickled things you have, like all the chilies, the salsas, like on a burger. So we were talking about the turkey. A burger, what would you put on your burger out of like the jalapenos or the salsas? And all the different preserves
candied jalapenos.
Yeah. Candied jalapenos. Oh yeah. With a burger. So beef burger.
That would be really good. Or a chicken, even a chicken breast sandwich. Grilled chicken breast, that would be good.
I'm going back when you do the
chicken breast, peach, a little bit of peach jam, jelly, preserves.
Yeah, or the mango lime salsa.
Oh,
that would kind of
better.
go with fish, wouldn't it? If you were doing like a fish sandwich, wouldn't that go with fish?
I don't know, because I cook with the mango lime salsa, like pork chops.
Oh, okay.
And when I'm on top,
I put salsa with everything, man. Everything. I mean, even if you're gonna like do like a breakfast fry up of potatoes, I throw salsa in it. I just salsa is you can make it even your base of salad if you don't have salad dressing. Throw some salsa in there and some oil, olive oil or something, and you can use salsa as
And
a
you're all
base
set.
for a vinaigrette. Yeah, a little spicy, but then just add some cheese.
Depends on which one you use. Some are milder than others.
Yeah. Like the mango lime salsa I could see using in a salad, or
Yeah, because
even
there's actually chunks of mango in it
yeah, you can mix so I do a lot of chopped salads where I like to take the protein and the cheeses and everything and mix them together
and
with
put it in it.
avocado
Yeah.
and put it on the bed of lettuce or whatever. You're putting it on cabbage but the proteins are all moist and go on top of whatever the arugula, whatever the greenery is, spinach, and you often don't need more salad dressing than that if you do it that way.
No.
And that way you can create it out of the moisture of the avocado, the moisture of salsa, and that's kind of how I do a lot of that
And the
salad.
moisture of the green usually,
Hmm.
lettuce, spinach, whatever, they have a lot of moisture in them as well.
Well, but here's the other thing that you have.
Yes.
Perfect. Pickled baby beets, put some chickpeas with it, some feta cheese, which is goat cheese. I know most of the time, depending on who you're getting it from. You could, goat cheese, or feta, and red onions, some olives, some of those stuffed olives, right? This is getting good. Some bacon crumbles if you like bacon, and you put that in a salad. Doesn't that sound good with a little
Wouldn't
mango
we
lime
have
sauce?
just a
Hmm.
whole meal right there in one dish?
You can put turkey with it, chicken or some whatever fish people eat,
You could even fish. You could even do beef if you cut it up. You slice
Yeah,
it
people
thin
do steak.
or
Steak.
put it in small chunks,
Wow, this is fun. The other thing
little
too,
bite
your
size
honey can be used as salad dressings, you know.
as
Put
a dressing. Yeah.
Yeah, put it with a little champagne and oil. There you go.
Okay. I was going to ask you what would you put with it, but you already answered that. So perfect.
I don't know. I'm just, thinking about it, but like pickled green beans and stuff like that, that's really great on a charcuterie board.
Yes.
Truly. And in
And they're
Bloody
crunchy
Marys.
still. They're not. Oh yeah. In the
Bloody
blend.
Yeah, the pickled
Um,
Italian asparagus, the pickled carrot sticks, even pickled garlic will go in there nicely, and pickled green beans. You can use that in a Bloody Mary. I mean, we're talking about brunch, and then you use the butters on I'm all about keeping it easy. If you're gonna get up and have a brunch and serve a Bloody Mary, you do not need to be in there cutting the carrots, doing roasting the asparagus. No, no, no. You need to be drinking the Bloody Mary. So just open a jar of pickled green beans, the asparagus, and throw it in. Keep it easy.
yep.
Yeah. Don't we
Keep it easy.
we're limited on time in life, man. There's times to sit and do things from scratch, but when it's Bloody Mary time and it's hot outside, no, no. And it's hot in the house, you don't want to put your oven on, you know.
No.
So I say go for it. Yeah. Pickled carrot sticks and asparagus and green beans and I would put a couple garlics in there with your olives. You've got the garlic stuffed olives there. It's perfect. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd like a Bloody Mary now and it's work time. Donna, it's your
Someday I'm
fault.
going to try a martini with an olive in it because I've never drank a martini,
Oh, it's fantastic.
and I know they put a lot of olives in them, and I think those stuffed olives would be really good in a drink like that.
Yeah, one or two, nice and classy, perfect. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And they can even like shake it with the olives in there, make a dirty martini if you want, but it is good. Yeah, I highly recommend that. I highly recommend the Bloody Mary. But Bloody Marys, we want the pickle in there. It goes with the acid, and there's always like a little stuffed olive or some cheese if you want on the side. But a good Bloody Mary, we want those pickled goodies on there. I've seen Bloody Marys with lobsters, pizza, all kinds of things. People go crazy how they decorate Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for the olives and the pickled carrots and the asparagus and the green beans. And now some would put the okra, maybe in Louisiana for sure. They'd be doing that. Mississippi, the South, the okra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southern, more of a southern flair.
Yeah. 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 But pickled fruit goes with just about everything on the side. And it just makes it easier when you're serving food in this kind of weather to have that on hand, open it up, put it out. It looks good and you know, you're not sweating it. It's a sweaty season, but we don't want people to sweat, Donna. That's the
No,
point.
you're right.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Unless you get really hot jalapenos or something. That's the way.
Well, we have some really hot salsas like ghost chili, Carolina Reaper. So yeah,
Wow.
that would be sweating, but not from the temperature in the room.
It'd be from the heat of that. Well, do people
The
use
heat of the
those
pepper.
for chicken wings and things like that when they're grilling?
You know, it's in a salsa, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying it. It's too hot for me.
Yeah, I see people
I
probably
like to
marinating.
enjoy salsa. Yeah.
Yeah, I would see people do that with their wings to get them like hot wings using these salsas and hot, like as a hot sauce, you know?
Right.
I'm in. Just put some
Okay.
avocado on the
Well,
side, you know. And
you
if you
know what?
do
I love
burn
avocado
if you burn your tongue, just have some ice cream.
or a glass of milk.
Yeah, it's not as much fun
It'll
as ice
coat your
cream.
tongue.
Yeah,
No, definitely
ice
not. And you know, another thing you can use if you burn yourself is sugar. I know we don't do sugar a lot, but if you are eating something that's really, really hot, you can put sugar on your tongue and it'll help the heat.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did not know
a little
that.
trick I learned.
Yeah, that is a good trick. That's really good. Hey, and I'm sorry, some of us still eat sugar. I'm guilty. I like my licorice all sorts, as Donna knows. I like my sugar.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. We're allowed to treat ourselves as we can, but I think it's great that you have all these
We just
options.
need to do
Yeah, everyone's
everything else.
different. Everyone's body is different, but yeah, this is so cool. The Medjool dates, I want to bring that up because I think they are preserved in a way by being dried. Just like we were talking about dried peaches, they are cured. You know what I mean? So, like we do for certain meats, I would say bring those Medjools on to your when you're doing your wonderful charcuterie boards, it'd be something different, to include as well. So, and you can stuff them
Exactly.
with peanut butter. Yeah. And the preserves and the
Or
butter
you could even stuff them with the goat cheese.
and pickled
There you go.
goodies as well.
Yeah, a little bit of goat cheese and a sliced pickled jalapeno,
And bacon.
and you could wrap it in bacon.
That's right. And you can deep fry it, air fry it. I bet you people are air frying them that way.
Yes.
I mean, it's got its own grease in there, so that is good. But yeah, the Medjool dates, I'm seeing people use them, creating their own granola bars, their own. I mean, they're such a superfood, So
Oh,
check that
definitely.
out.
They're high in a lot of vitamins,
I think peanut
fiber,
butter is a superfood.
as well as peanut butter. It is because
To
of the
me, it
high
is.
protein and the other minerals that it contains.
I
and vitamins.
swear by peanuts getting me on, crossing the country when we do these big long drives. It's giving you protein, which actually gives you sustainability in whatever you're doing
Right.
in
That's
action through the
energy.
day. Yeah, and energy, and it's healthy. It's a healthy, protein. So I think it's a good thing. Whenever I go away from that is when I get myself into like, the gummy bear world where I get myself in trouble. I love my gummy bears, but all of a sudden you suddenly get like a sugar downer, not a upper. You go up and then you go down.
Yeah.
And Medjool
Yeah.
dates are a better
that's
replacement, right? For
yes,
that.
because it's a natural sugar instead of like refined sugar.
Yeah, it's normal. So there's all these wonderful
all
things in the
natural.
world. Let's all go eat, everybody. Let's go have a good sandwich. It's sandwich month. Think about adding something different. I mean, the pickles and preserves, the butters, do something different with the sandwich. And of course, you want the tried and true peanut butter and jelly, man. Can't go wrong with that. So, Donna, as always, it's fun, delicious, and I really do want to make that turkey sandwich now.
All right. I think I'm going to go buy some avocados and make me
Guacamole.
some guacamole.
Oh my gosh.
Go with mango lime salsa. I think that would be awesome. So,
and you could take that and still put it on the turkey sandwich. I'm just saying.
And I could, yeah,
with bacon. Well, everyone, we do these shows just to make you as hungry as we both are doing them. So thanks for listening. And of course, please go to the episode links and you can see Donna's recipe booklet. It's digital, so you can check out the recipes and flip through it in your kitchen. And also the link to thepeanutpatch.com where you can go shop for all these wonderful, delightful yummies. And we are here every first Friday. Thank you so much, Donna.
Thank you, Lisa, for having me again.
I can't get there. Well, that's fun. Thank you for joining us here on the Peanut Patch on Big Blend Radio. You can visit the store between October and April in Yuma, Arizona, or shop online at thepeanutpatch.com. And keep up with new episodes that air every first Friday at 12 p.m. Arizona time at bigblendradio.com.